The school itself was begun in 1846, and so our classrooms were antiques. They had fireplaces in them, box windows that opened out, desks that had inkwells in them. It was a very old building, obviously. It was very different in my first 2 years of high school than it was in the second two. I began in 1939. There were 25 in our class and 100 in the whole school. It was both a boarding and day school, so we had some students from France, from Cuba, from different parts of the world who were boarding students, as well as those of us that were day students. 2 years later came December 7th, 1941, which was the beginning of World War II. And then things changed. All of a sudden, the boys we were dating were about to go to war, all of them, unless there was something physically wrong with them. Most of the boys that we went out with or were in our crowd went to the Jesuit prep school, St. Joe's. And they were anxious, knowing they were going to be in the Army, the Navy, or the Air Force very shortly. Much like, I guess, today, so many boys are wondering what's going to happen with Iraq. But I think the difference is everything was connected around that war. It changed so that when at 3:30 we used to be concerned with, are we going to go out and play tennis or be on the soccer team or whatever, extracurricular, we were in the cafeteria rolling bandages for the Red Cross. We were selling cookies to buy war stamps for war bonds. Everything was connected with the war and our country winning the war. At home, we realized that sugar was rationed, coffee was rationed, tires were rationed, shoes were rationed. Gasoline was really rationed. So all this was in your mind all the time. And you found the cheapest way to do everything because you were helping in some way. You wrote to the boys. As our friends went off in the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, whatever, we wrote on V-mail. They were standard pieces of paper that were lined, and you could only write one page, and it was folded over and sent off, and they were microfilmed. And then when you got one from them or they from you, it was only about, I guess 5 by 5 inches because it had been photographed and then reduced in size so that they could carry as many as they could and fly them over.